Botswana's governing party, in power for almost 6 decades, is trying to pull off a trick in the general election by using a phrase normally associated with long-suffering opposition groups: change. But can a party which has been in power for 58 years honor that pledge? Let's find out from this report from Gaborone.
Election fever has gone up several notches in one of Africa's smallest nations, Botswana, with candidates presenting nominations at the High Court in capital Gaborone.
Happy and assured and confident. Complete with everything.
Botswana has committed to raise the number for us to complete the process as required by the Constitution, and that's why we are here.
Botswana's governing party, in power for almost 6 decades, is trying to pull off a trick in Wednesday's general election by using a phrase normally associated with long-suffering opposition groups. In its manifesto, the Botswana Democratic Party is calling for change. It is an acknowledgement that things need to be done differently. The opposition argues the president's party is not in a position to do that. Although analysts say the outcome of the election is hard to predict, the BDP has won handsome parliamentary majorities at the 11 elections since independence in 1966. The BDP is credited with overseeing a peaceful and dramatic transformation of a poor country, with only a few kilometers of tarred roads at independence, into a place where average living standards are among the highest in the continent. Underpinning this transformation has been Botswana's huge diamond reserves. Measured by their value, the country is the world's largest producer of the gemstone. And yet, all is not well. Botswana is facing big economic challenges, hence Masisi's talk of change. But Masisi and his party continue to project confidence. The president has recently been campaigning in opposition strongholds. The area that is home to the previous president, Ian Khama, elected 3 opposition members of parliament in 2019. This was after Khama defected from the BDP to help form the Botswana Patriotic Front, saying he regretted picking Masisi as his successor. The dramatic fallout between the two men led to Khama leaving the country, accusing the government of trying to poison him. Khama was then charged with money laundering among other crimes, which he denies, only for him to make a surprise return to the country. Supporters of another opposition party, the Umbrella for Democratic Change, that got the second largest vote share in 2019, came out in large numbers in the north of the capital, Gaborone. Dressed in blue and white t-shirts and sun hats, they cheered leader Duma Boko. Unlike Masisi, Boko generally remained serious in order to emphasize how much the people were suffering under the BDP. Respected non-partisan polling organization Afrobarometer released a damning report earlier this year. It said despite the country ranking highly in good governance on the continent, people in Botswana had a negative view of the government, believing there were high levels of corruption. Although the government has a host of problems that could dent its support, opposition divisions could enable the BDP to stay in power. Every MP is elected on a first-past-the-post basis, meaning that to win a seat, the BDP only needs the largest number of votes in a constituency rather than more than 50%. In a seat where the UDC, BCP or BPF or a number of other parties are running, it could mean the opposition vote is split, allowing the BDP to get ahead. For one of Africa's most successful political parties, the question now is whether enough people are convinced it can oversee the change that the country needs. Africa Bureau, WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.